Hey, welcome back to this episode of Be Real. I am your host, Vikram Deol, and today I wanted to share something. I wanted to share something that was really important to me, and I think it's something that I struggled with, right? Like sometimes we struggle because we don't know exactly what our purpose is. We wonder why we do what we do. We're good at what we do, but sometimes you wonder, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's the purpose? What's the reason behind all of this? Because there's always a reason, right? There's a reason why you get up and go to work and do the things that you do. Sometimes you forget. And yesterday, as I was sitting at home and I was scrolling through Instagram and I was working out, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I talked to my therapist earlier in the day, and I was just kind of like deflated. And my therapist said something that was really interesting. He said, imagine what it was like. Imagine what life would be like. Imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have anything that you have today. And I was like, whoa, like nothing? He's like, you don't have running water. You live in a slum of India or Africa. He's like, you visited those countries before, right? You visited places where you've seen the poverty. And I said, yeah. He said, imagine what life would be like if that was your life. I was like, whoa, damn, like that would be different, like it's hard to have and then to go to like not have it. It's one thing to never have had and to not know what you don't know, but it's another thing to going from what you have to now thinking that I have nothing. I mean, that's crazy talk, right? Like that's hard. And he goes, well, you've been through a lot of stuff in your life. Like you've had more money than you do right now, maybe. He's like, you've had a business that had a huge team that was really well known. He's like, you've had a lot of things before and now you don't have them. And, like this is my thought process as he's talking. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Like I've put myself in situations that most people would find to be extraordinarily difficult to be in. And then I thought about it and I was thinking about it, and I was, like I've been really questioning like my purpose in life. Like, why am I here? Why have I been through the experiences that I've been through? Why have I gone through what I've gone through? Right? What's the reason behind it? It's obviously to help other people, because there's no reason why anybody should suffer with the level of stuff that I've been through unless it's going to be out there to help others, right? Like there's no reason why you suffered unless you're going to help make somebody else's life better, right? There's no reason why anybody should suffer unless that suffering is to make you better so that you can go out and make somebody else's life better. So I'm like, all right, let's get deep. And as I was thinking about life and I was thinking about the world that we live in, and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw how, people are saying that we should have our rights taken away, like our basic, like going to a restaurant in America is a basic right. Having money to pay your bills in America should be a basic right. Now, I'm not saying it should be a government handout, and I'm not saying it should be, stipulated that you make a certain amount of money just because you live in this country. No, 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 no. You should be paid based off of what you are worth. But there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to elevate the skills of the people of this country. There's no reason why this country should be unhealthy to the level that it is. With the amount of education, the amount of money that our country wastes, right? I love spending money. I hate wasting money, right? Like there's a big distinguishing factor there. Spending money, like, yeah, I have like 2 bikes that are, 20 grand, right? Like I don't say that to show off. I say that to just share that I like spending money. I enjoy it. Like I think everybody should enjoy spending a little bit of money in their life. Like maybe you don't have to go extreme, but I enjoy these particular hobbies and I like spending money on it. Maybe your thing is watches. Maybe you want to have a Cartier or a Rolex, or maybe like a custom fitted watch with, jewels in it that are significant to you. Awesome. Nothing wrong with that, right? That shouldn't be the defining thing of why you wake up in the morning. Like, you shouldn't wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, all I want to buy is this Rolex. All I want to buy is a Rolex. I just need a Rolex. If I have a Rolex, I'll feel complete. No, that shouldn't be the only reason why. But if you want to own a nice watch, there's really no difference between a watch that's $50 or $15,000, right? Because somebody's going to think that a $50 watch is expensive, and somebody's going to think that a $15,000 watch is expensive, right? It just depends on your perspective. I thought about like a lot of stuff yesterday, right? I was just deep in thought. And what I realized was, why do you want to see other people succeed so much in life, Vikram? Well, one, it makes me feel good to know that I had a hand in their success, right? It feels good. Like, a lot of things that we do in life, we're told not to be selfish, but we selfishly do things to feel good, right? Like, why go and become a doctor or a lawyer, right? Or an engineer, or one of these professions that has years and years and years and years of formal training and education and hands-on. They cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, which really isn't that much money if you think about it. I mean, if you're making money, like a couple $100,000, really isn't that much money for education. Like, it kind of makes me laugh when people are like, oh, I have student loans. I'm like, dude, you just went to the bar and spent $500 this month. Like, if you really wanted to pay off that student loan, it's not that much money. Stop acting like you did something amazing by taking out a low fucking interest student loan. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop spending money on stupid shit, or learn how to make more money, right? We live in America, the world of side hustles. Like, there are so many different ways to make money. But as I was thinking yesterday about all these things, I realized, like, oh my God, I love to see people win, because right now there's so many people losing. There's so many people losing that wish they were winning. There are so many people winning because of bullshit that shouldn't be winning, but there's people that deserve to win that are now in a season of losing. And as I was talking yesterday to my therapist, I was like, dude, I feel like I've been in a season of losing. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I don't feel like I've been winning at the levels that I want to win at. Like, I know to other people, I'm probably doing just fine. But where I see myself at when I turn 40 in a few months, I'm not where I want to be. I was on track to get there, and then I derailed myself. I self-sabotaged, right? I went through a bunch of stuff. I became a victim, right? I blamed other people for why I wasn't having the success when I was having that. Here's the craziest shit that I realized. I was having the success that I wanted, right? I was making the money. I had the Range Rover, right? I lived in the beautiful space. Like, I was saving up to buy like a $1 million plus house. Everything was boom. Like, everything was dope. Life was great. And then I derailed it. And then I became a victim. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, well, maybe, that was part of your journey so that you can help people that are feeling like they're a victim right now. And I'm like, yeah, but why do we take when we have the greatest thing and then we derail it? And I realized, like, holy crap, like, sometimes it happens because we need it to happen for our personal growth. Sometimes it happens because we're in a state of like COVID right now. Sometimes it happens because, your particular industry gets a regulation, or there's a new technology that disrupts it. And now you go from being the leader, right, to now you're being the loser because you're not the one who disrupted your industry, right? So we always have to, as leaders, you always have to think, how can I disrupt myself before somebody else does? Because there's always somebody coming at you. If your industry is making money, I promise you there's somebody coming at you. And even if your industry is not making money, there's somebody coming at you, right? Real estate's being disrupted all the time, right? Mortgages all the time, right? Everything, home gyms instead of going to the gym, right? All this disruption is everywhere, right? All this disruption is everywhere. Office buildings, now we have Zoom. Right now we're like, oh yeah, like the joke is like, oh, I'm not wearing pants, right? Or you see somebody who's getting ready in the restroom and they forgot to turn off their video, and it's like, oh wow, maybe I'm glad I saw that, or ooh, I wish I wouldn't have seen that, right? Like, why do we do what we do? And I realized I love helping people win, because right now, if more people had been winning and thinking about what could happen if there was a losing season, they wouldn't be in the situation they're in right now. They wouldn't be in the tough situation that they're in right now. There's so many people that are just waiting, right, for their next check because they have to. There's people out there that are sitting on their ass making more money during COVID than they've ever made in their life. And, good for you, but your winning season's coming to an end. And when it comes to an end, you're going to be fucked because you didn't spend that money on, self-development and learning a new skill. You didn't open up a side hustle. So when you got to go back to work, you're not going to appreciate it. You're going to be pissed off, right? We're going to have a whole new bucket of issues that our employers are going to have to face. They're going to have to pay more money, right? But eventually, those people that are making 15 to 18 bucks, 20 bucks an hour that don't deserve it, you're going to get what you deserve. So I hope you guys are putting aside money, because, all that retail shopping and all this fake supporting of the economy, it's going to go away. But why I love making people money, right? Like, I love working with people who want to do better, who want to grow, who want to expand, is because during times like now, right? During times like now where you're good, hardworking people, and the government tells you that you got to shut down, or the government says that in order for people to come to your business, they got to show a fucking scarlet card on their chest. They got to show a scarlet letter. Like, what kind of crap is that? Right? What kind of nonsense is this that we are telling people that in order to go to a restaurant, they have to show proof of some nonsense, whether you believe in it or not? Like, what? This isn't the country we live in. This isn't a country that my grandpa was here fighting for. Like, this isn't the country that he was so proud to be in because he had the land of opportunity. This is crazy. And when you have money, right, when you're financially able to support yourself and your family and your loved ones and do the things that you still want to do, maybe you take a little hiatus from, traveling as much, or maybe you take a little hiatus from spending a little bit of money here and there and this and that because, you're being intelligent for the long run. But you're okay, right? You're fine, right? The people that say, hey, stay home, save lives. Dude, you go to work, right? You have a job, you're making money. Why can't other people, right? The hypocrisy is insane. But when you got money, you got to hustle, right? You got something that's bringing in dough no matter what. You're cool. Like, you're like, dude, I don't mind. Like, I don't care. And you can speak your mind. You can say the things that you want to say. I know a lot of people are like, Vikram, I would say stuff, but I'm going to lose my license. I would say stuff, but I'll get in trouble. I'll lose my job. Like, if I say something, I might lose my job, Vikram. Then how do I feed my family? Right? How do I keep the roof over my head? And I said, dude, I get it. I felt my whole life, like, I've always, being in sales, like, I've always wanted everybody to like me, but sometimes I didn't like myself because of that. And as I grow and I learn more, I'm like, well, everybody's not going to like you. So you may as well just polarize the world and just speak what you want to speak. If that's who you are, then do it. And, it's just a really, really, we live in a world that's so blessed, and we live in a world with so much opportunity. And I want you to get yours. I want you to get your piece of the pie, like a big ass piece of the pie, as big as you want. Trust me, there's always more pie, right? You go to Thanksgiving dinner, there's always another pie. There's always another dessert. There's never a shortage of food, right? There's never a shortage unless you think of it, unless you create it in your own mind. Whatever you ask for will be given to you. And so as I was talking, like I said to my therapist, he says, I want you to think about what life was like if you didn't have any of the opportunities and the resources available. He's like, and now think about what life is like living in America, where you have running water, where you have clean toilets, where you have abundance of internet everywhere you go. Like if you sit down and you have no internet, you freak out. You're like, oh my God, I need the Wi-Fi password. I need the Wi-Fi password. I need, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, what if I miss something so amazing? He's like, think about your life with everything the way you want it to be. Like you have the big house, you have the wife, you have the kids, you have the cars, you have the security, you have the safety. What would life be like? Right? What would life be like? He's like, and bring that energy in. He's like, who would be your ideal clients? Bring that energy in. And I say this to you because as I bring in that energy of, I want to work with my ideal clients, right? I want to live in my ideal world. I want to, as Tony Robbins says, the world I wanted didn't exist, so I created it. The man I wanted to be didn't exist, so I created it. Just what? You can create it. Like we can create whatever we want out of thin air. Just like that. Just like the same way we created who we are now, we can create anything else we want just out of thin air, just by our thoughts, just by our vibration, by who we are, right? By who we want to be. And we just have to focus on that, right? Every day, just focus on the energy that you already have everything you need and want within you. And I'm like, all right, I can do that. Just be kid-like. Don't be childish. Be kid-like, right? Be playful. Be fun, right? Like just make the time, right? Don't think about time how you think about it now. Think about time as something that never stops. Like time will never stop. Whether you're alive or dead, time continues to tick. I know people say that's morbid, but you know, I'm a morbid person. What can I say? Time never stops. It just keeps on going. And so if time never stops, then the only constraint we put on time is hours. We're the one who tries to control time, but you can do whatever you want. You can make whatever you want of life. And right now, what I want to see more people do is win. I want us to go all into a season of winning, where we're making more money than we've ever made in our lives. We're impacting more people, right? And we're not just out there spending money, but we're putting it into investments so that we always stay in the season of winning, right? We always stay in a season of winning. Like when you put that money to work for you, even if times are tough, which they're gonna get tough, I promise you, they're gonna get tough. You are in a season of consistent winning. Like imagine if you go to the slot machine and you always hit 777, bam, 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 bam. You go to the blackjack table and you always hit 21, boom, boom, boom. It's like, okay, how many times can I hit 21? As many times as you want. So if I put down 100 cards or 100 hands, I can win 100 hands. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Right? Like whenever I want money, I just go to the blackjack table, bam. Imagine your life is like that, where you're always in a state of winning. Because there are seasons in life. There are times when you're going to win and there are times when you are not. And we want to get to a point where we're always winning and we don't get complacent. We don't forget about what it's like to be in that slum, right? Where you have nothing or what we perceive to be nothing, right? Be in a state where you're always winning. If the economy is going up, you're winning. If the economy is going down, you're still winning. Because it feels good to win. It feels good to be on top of the world. It feels good to be on top of your business. It feels good to take care of every need that your family wants. It feels good to help other people. It feels good to be able to give back at charity, right? Load your car up full of gifts for somebody that doesn't have as much as you, right? Even though you might not see those kids' faces, like I'll tell you, like just buying the toys during Christmas time for other people feels good. You know, loading your car up where you're like, oh crap, my car is so full. I gotta, like put it in the passenger seat, like stack it all up. It's so cool. Like it feels so good to be in a place where you can give back to others. Because right now, you guys, we have opportunity. Whether you have COVID restrictions or not, there are opportunities out there to make money. And the question is are you going to be a victim or a victor? I was a victim for way too long. I'm fucking sick of that shit. Done. Fucking done. Done blaming other people. Done. Just stop it. Stop it. But you got to realize where you're at. Right? You got to stop and take inventory and be like, okay, that was cool. Like, I see why I did that. I see why I was that person. I see why that served a purpose. I see how that made me better. I see how all this combined up, right? I see how I needed to be this person. Now I see why I don't need that anymore, right? You got to stop and take stock. You got to take inventory. You guys, look, life is a choice. We get to play it at any level we want. I hope that you take the choice right now to play at the best level that you can, right? Make more money than you've ever made this year, right? Make more money than you've ever made. Win more than you've ever won. Help more people than you've ever helped. Because I don't know how long this gravy train is going to run for. For some people, they're like, what gravy train? For other people, they're like, dude, I hope it never stops. But everybody's seasons are going to change. And I want you to just always be winning. All right, y'all, I'll talk to you next week.